He humiliated me in front of everyone at my sister's wedding, but my secret about her pregnancy changed everything. The laughter and music filled the wedding hall, but all I could hear was the rapid pounding of my heart. My sister, the bride, glowed in her white gown, her smile wide as she twirled on the dance floor. It should have been her happiest day, and I wanted nothing more than to celebrate alongside her. But the man I trusted most, the man I had once thought would protect me, chose this day, this sacred moment, to tear me down in front of everyone. My husband stood tall, a glass of champagne in his hand, commanding the attention of the crowd with his booming voice. "Ladies and gentlemen," he began, his eyes flashing with arrogance, "I just want to take a moment to say how lucky my sister-in-law is. After all, she finally found a man who can tolerate the drama that runs in their family." The hall erupted in awkward laughter. My face burned, but he wasn't finished. He smirked and continued, "And as for my wife," his gaze landed on me, sharp and cutting, "let's just say, if she spent half as much time caring about me as she does interfering in other people's lives, maybe our marriage would be worth celebrating too." The words sliced through me like a blade. I could see eyes turning toward me, whispers forming, the weight of humiliation crushing down on my chest. My hands trembled, but I refused to let the tears fall. Not here, not now. He wanted to break me, and for a moment, I nearly let him. But then, as I looked at my sister, the bride, who laughed nervously trying to redirect the attention, I remembered something she had told me weeks earlier. A secret she hadn't dared to share with anyone else. A truth so heavy it kept her awake at night. My husband thought he had the power to humiliate me, but he had no idea I held the one thing that could turn the room upside down. I rose slowly, my chair scraping against the polished floor. The crowd hushed. My voice shook at first, but strength built with each word. "Since my husband has decided to make this day about me, I suppose I should say something too." I turned toward my sister, my eyes locking with hers. Her smile faltered, her face paling as if she already knew where I was heading. "Marriage," I said softly, "is supposed to be about trust, about protecting each other's hearts, about building a family on honesty. But sometimes, even in a room full of laughter, secrets sit heavy in the corner, waiting to be revealed." The hall was silent now, every pair of eyes glued to me. My sister shifted uncomfortably, and my husband's smug grin began to fade. And while my husband may enjoy mocking me, maybe he should remember that secrets don't stay hidden forever. I stepped closer to my sister, lowering my voice just enough for the words to pierce. "Because, dear sister, when the truth about your pregnancy comes out, who the father really is, this entire room will know who the real liar is." Gasps echoed through the crowd like thunder. My sister's eyes widened in horror, and my husband's face drained of color. He tried to interrupt, but the damage was done. Whispers spread like wildfire. People turned to each other, murmuring, pointing, connecting pieces that had been dangling in plain sight. My sister's fiancé froze, his champagne glass slipping from his hand and shattering on the floor. His gaze darted between her and my husband, his jaw clenching as realization dawned. The groom's family erupted in confusion, some demanding answers, others pulling him aside in desperation. My husband reached for me, his voice low and frantic. "What have you done?" I looked him dead in the eye, my voice steady, almost calm. "What you thought was humiliation for me became your downfall. I've been carrying this truth for weeks, praying it wasn't real, hoping I wouldn't have to use it. But you forced my hand. You humiliated me in front of everyone, and now they all see the kind of man you truly are." The hall was chaos now. My sister sobbed, clinging to the remnants of her white gown as her fiancé walked away, his face hardened with betrayal. My husband tried to follow me as I turned to leave, but I stopped him with a single sentence that silenced him completely: "Our marriage is over. Consider this my gift back to you, for every cruel word, every smirk, every time you made me feel small." I walked out of that hall with my head held high, the whispers trailing behind me, not as daggers this time, but as fuel. For once, people weren't laughing at me, they were staring at him, at them, at the mess they had created together. The days that followed were painful. My family fractured, my sister lost the man she loved, and the truth shattered bonds that would never be the same again. But through the wreckage, I found strength I didn't know I had. My husband's betrayal no longer defined me. My humiliation had turned into my liberation. And the lesson, the one I carry with me to this day, is this: never allow someone else's cruelty to silence you. Sometimes, the only way to reclaim your power is to stand tall and speak the truth, no matter how much it hurts. Because when I whispered that secret, I didn't just expose their lies, I found my voice. And that was the moment I stopped being a victim and became the author of my own story.